Okay, what do I want to do again? Open recent. Yeah, there we go. Man, my brain's not working tonight. Huh, not well enough at least. Oh, I just realized I need to put my microphone in. I can't believe I almost forgot. Actually, I'm not sure which is which. I just realized I don't remember which goes where. Where is the other wire for this? Come on, where are you, little? There you are. Man, these things need to be longer. Come on. Other way. Nope, like that. Nope, I see the wrong way. Nope. There we go. And go into this. There you go, that should do it. Alright, so for now I'm going to be doing is, well, besides eating ice cream, is grinding. Not grinding. More like I'm looking for certain weapons, because I'm kind of upgrading my Zoids. I guess I could have found that one, but I felt too lazy. The enemies are actually pretty weak around here. Okay, now you're just starting to annoy me. Okay, fine. Be that way. Wow, that's pathetic. Ah, finally hit something. That should take out at least some of them. Well, one anyways. That's the disadvantages of flying types. They don't have very good defense. Hey, dodge that one. I don't think I have any trunk parts, so I guess I'll just go for core safer. Finally hit something. I think what I'm probably going to do is start focusing on upgrading other Zoids, because that's one of the main things I love about the Saga games. I mean, this is the second of the series I played, but I just love the different variety of Zoids. It's kind of like having your own personal collection. Without all the hassles that comes with it, all the costs and the time, having to get replacement costs, plus supplies, and then you have to make them look good and realistic, so you need to ink wash them and paint in details, all that good stuff. Not here. Get rid of the most powerful units first. I'm not going to underestimate what they can do to me if they get to attack. Yeah, that's the end of that one. I love that counter ability. I think I should be able to take out the rest of them. At this point. Let's see here. Not bad. He should be done within a couple of turns. Whoop. Actually, this is fine. Or, actually, no, I don't want to battle these guys. Okay, they're not giving me a choice. That's the annoying thing about flying types. I'm going to attack this side. I bet I can take out at least half of them. I'm not sure they have any parts, but it's worth, since I can't remember for sure. Well, that was weird. I don't know why it disconnected me. You know what? I bet it's because my mom and dad are streaming TV. That could have something to do with it. Or it could just be interference from something I don't know of. Wait, why am I on... There, that should make it more permanent. Kind of difficult when you have two different groups of people trying to use the same network. I bet this is where I can get the anti-air laser. No, twin laser. Yeah, that's what I wanted. There we go. It's still... Oh, good evening. Ah, you got my message. And so did this group of Mogas. Everyone's eager to join in. You know what? Actually, this is not a bad way to earn some money. I could probably get a pretty decent yield from this battle. So I'm actually going to go ahead and battle them. This is going to be a little bit grindy, but I think it's going to be worth it because A, I can get another heavy machine gun, which might come in handy later, and B, I can get some more money, which is also going to come in handy. And then, once I get back to the time gate, there's actually two different things I could do. Because shortly before I had to end the stream last time, because Dad decided to sign me a chore at the last minute, which he knows I hate when he does, I'd open up a new section of the game. So I can either take on the challenges, the challenge category of the game, or I can move forward into the next stage of the game. Personally, I'm kind of tempted to... I love the challenge section. They always have some... Well, later on, they usually sort of kind of set up some fun scenarios, which is why I've always liked the challenge section of the game. Plus, it's a good way to get items you wouldn't normally get. Well, here they come. I just don't care about battling these. Kind of grindy. Not that I'm being given much of a choice. Ha! Serves you right. Take that, you bastard. Flying spawn of Satan! I hope one of the three viewers here gets that reference. Because if you ain't a Jim Carrey fan, I don't want to know you. Part of me hopes that they make this, Publix makes this ice cream flavor a permanent part of their lineup. And another part of me hopes to never see it again. Because that's probably too many carbs. Marshmallows. And graham crackers. Bye-bye. I could have prolonged that battle. Gotten a micro sensor from it. I just didn't feel like doing it this time. And then we have Arcadia arms. Wow, there's a lot of stuff here. Multi-beams. Well, I can at least get the twin anti-air laser. That could come in handy. I should probably come back here to Arcadia City when I have a lot more money. In the meantime, sometimes the anti-aircraft weapons actually cost less. In weight. Also, I forgot what they had. I think they normally have the micro sensors. Well, I guess I'll replace that with just plating. Really? Even that's too heavy? Damn. Okay. Really? Wow, you chubby. Yeah, that's not going to be a very effective Zoid. Oh, hello. Sorry I didn't see you there. Yeah, me too. I mean, obviously. Actually, that's the only Zoids game, well, official Zoids game I played. There was this fan game I once played, which was kind of like, it was a side-scroller. A little bit like the Super Mario game. I forgot the name of it, though. I think it was called Shield Liger Run or something like that. Anyways, before you came along, I was talking to kind of myself, I guess, since there was no one listening. But I've always loved the Zoids Saga games because there's just like this huge selection of Zoids to choose from. And it's kind of like having your own collection, except without any of the responsibilities. Nice, we got ourselves a red horn. I'm going to try to get the core. You know, you have to take care, you have to build them, you have to dust them. Or at least you should. I honestly haven't been... I can't remember the last time I dusted mine. And then, of course, you have to panel line them and give them a clear coat to make them look good and make them look realistic. I probably should take out that red horn, actually. That could pose a very serious threat to me. And then you got to apply decals, and of course if you break something, you have to replace the part. Yeah, Shield Liger Assault, that's the one! I think there was 2 games. I played the second one. I don't think I played the first one. But yeah, that was a fun game. I just wish there was a lot more Zoids to choose from. You had Shield Liger and Resume Liger. Actually, I'm kind of surprised that, as far as I know, there hasn't been an official game like that in these side-scroller shoot-'em-up game category. Because Zoids would probably... It does. Yeah, Razor the Gall. There's the one. Set, I guess, in an alternate universe where the Hell Republic is still around the time of Zoids Genesis, which I thought was pretty cool. It doesn't really have an actual story, but it's enough of a provocative idea that just kind of lends itself well. Actually, no, I wanted to get a Zoid Core. Oh, well, forget it. I mean, it's not like I have to use the most powerful weapons. If it ends up dragging out, then that's not the worst thing. Also, the cool thing is you can also make upgrades. Oh, yes, and you don't have to buy all the extra custom parts or ship them from overseas because a certain company won't make them part of their lineup. I'm looking at you, Hasbro. Has been. That is true. That's my only complaint. Actually, no. If I have a complaint about anything, it's getting the Zoid data. Getting the Zoid cores. I mean, most of the Zoids have at least some sort of use somewhere along the way. I mean, for example, these guys here, if you want to avoid battles, they're fast. Chances are, if I have a full team of 6 Zabbits, or even 4, just fully trained, I probably could skip this battle, because whether or not you can escape a wild Zoid battle is determined by your speed. Personally, I'm not sure I like this setup very much. I think it should also be determined by level. I think once all of your Zoids are at a high enough level, I think you can avoid it, technically. If not literally. Yeah, if anything's annoying for me, it's... Excuse me, God. As I was saying, if anything really pisses me off, it's the RNG of trying to get the right Zoids data. I mean, you only have to use it once and get it once, and then you're set with that particular Zoid. Just gotta get the Zoid core. If anything, it's not just getting the Zoid core, but also, like, say, wild data. And you have to get more than one thing to get a particular Zoid. Okay, so I guess at the very least I can get a microsensor from this whole ordeal. Ha! Get fucked. Get fucked. Or it's a data you already have. Like, bro, are you stupid or something? I already have that data. Did you hit your head somewhere along the way? Also, it's kind of pathetic that I managed to take out a Zabbit using the bottommost gun. But yeah, there's some things about this game that just don't make sense. You just don't really notice it very much when it goes in your favor. At the very least, it does become less annoying over time. I probably could have battled that particular one. Okay. Are you sure you want to go down this road, kiddies? There might not be any end to it. Okay. You asked for it. Don't come caterwauling to me when you end up as nothing more than spare parts. Let's see if I can eliminate some of these stupid cats. Dumb strays. Well, it's the last of the series. I get the feeling most of it, though, is just carrying on from the older games. I mean, they didn't really change the sprites, you know? I mean, that kind of makes you... It tells you that it is a game with a low budget. You know, it's not like Pokemon, where every new game has new sprites, you know? I think the only time where they changed the sprites was Zoids Saga 2. I think the sprites for Zoids Saga 1 are different. Okay, so I guess I should check to see whether or not this formation has any junk parts. So yeah, there's a lot about this game that doesn't make sense. To be fair. I don't know whether or not they reused the same sprites for the Zoids Saga Online game. I think they also recycled quite a bit from that too. That's what I've heard, but so far it's not. I have not seen hell or high water of any reference to Zoids Saga 2. I've heard it's more of a remake of the first game. It's just that it has all the Zoids that have been added thus far. But story-wise, I don't think we're going to see Zero or Pulse again, which is quite a shame. Although I guess having an Organoid on your team kind of does make you overpowered. So I can see why they might not want to do that again. Oh. Buddy, you're blocking the way. Okay, I'm just going to mow you guys down then. I guess we'll just knock out 3 of these guys. Maybe 4 if I get lucky. Man, I'm glad I upgraded the single cannon. Also, I'm glad that the double laser doesn't take much energy, which kind of makes it perfect. I wonder... Yeah, that should be enough. Really? From what I've seen, they only appear in challenge. I mean, that would make them very useful. Like, easily one of the most powerful characters in the game, if that's the case. I know Blitz Tiger is in the game. I just don't think Zero and Juno and Pulse are unlockable characters. But hey, I don't know. I haven't played it. And I have not read any spoilers. Well, except for where the Deck Command supplier is, because that's been kind of driving me crazy. And until I get that command, I can't really start team building. And I can't really start grinding. Man, I actually survived that. That's crazy. Okay, I probably could have done that more efficiently, but whatever. That should do it. One double laser should, or one double beam gunshot should. There we go. Bye-bye. Okay, so that does not have any junk parts to get. Oh, I could be wrong. If that's the case, then he'll come in handy. Especially from, well, okay, I would lie if I say that haven't spoiled parts of the game for myself. I did watch some playthrough. Actually, I think that helped me find the download for this. But yeah, I do know some of what's going to happen. I do know that having powerful characters is going to come in handy. I'm actually not sure I'm actually interested in battling these guys. See if I can get around them. Okay! That's annoying. Another annoying part. Buddy, you're not even in my... I really don't want to be battling these abbots. Just go away. Go crawl back under whatever rock you crawled out from. Or whatever cave you flew out from. Jeez. Just these Zabbits alone would make me consider not purchasing an RMZ Zabbit because they are so annoying and I've seen so many of them at this point. At this point, it's only worth battling, like, say, Saber Tigers and and Red Horns, which hopefully we'll see more of in the next level because I need the money. And I ain't gonna get it from battling a bunch of low-level small Zoids. Anyways, we can now move on to the next era. Okay, so the next mission is to avoid the minefield. Wait, why are there minefields? I mean, why are there minefields in RD's eras? I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense in Chaotic Century. Totally makes sense. Hey, new formation! I haven't seen one of these before. Redlers! Okay, so one of the things I like to do is I like to actually type down the formations as I encounter them. Because I'm actually going to try to use all of them eventually. And maybe even make up a little bit of a backstory for them. Like, why is their formation like this? In this case, I think that we're looking at... I always thought Heavy Rimless was actually a Republic Zoid. I mean, Black Rimless loaned by the Godless Empire to the Helic Republic, because the coloration is very similar to Cannon Fort and Cannon Tortoise. And in my head canon, the Godless Empire does go back to the Central Continent to fight the Neo-Zenebus Empire. Also, heavy / black Rumus is definitely underappreciated and underused. And I'm disappointed they didn't really show up very much in... Well, that's interesting. I wonder who... Wait, who are these guys? I expect them to be wild Zoids. I don't even know who they are. Poor guys. I guess I'll just wait it out. I'm just curious whether or not they'll let me actually go or not. It's hard to tell. Oh, that was just a dirty move. Okay, so I guess that they're aggressor / antagonists. I'm guessing this will play somehow into the story somehow. Maybe they're the ones who laid the mines. I mean, who doesn't like Berserk Fuhrer? I know. Fury's probably more... Wow! Wow! He just tanked that. But I gotta take these guys out. Otherwise, they're gonna start freezing my Zoid. But the thing is that Hasbro's not around, so the name's not official anymore. Besides, it's just a word used by some crazy Austrian. Once. At least that's my way of looking at it. That said, I don't know what they were smoking or drinking when they decided to name Berserk Fuhrer that name. And I don't know what the editor was on when he or she approved of it. I have to admit, though, that the name choice was kind of fortuitous because it was simple. It's just a simple change to Berserk Fury. There was kind of like a match made in heaven. Oh, stop that, you little bastard. Okay, King. I thought it was leader. Berserk King. Okay, that actually... Light. Rex means king too. Okay. So there's like a bilingual bonus thing going on here. Because Tyrannosaurus means king. Tyrannosaurus Rex means tyrant lizard king. German's the word for king. I mean... Fuhrer's the German word for king, and for some reason, the Japanese really like using German words. Okay, I can see how that happened. It still wouldn't surprise me if it was drug-induced. But that's still... I have to admit, there's definitely a lot... I think that's kind of counts as a double entendre. Because they basically just use another word for king. Because it's a Tyrannosaurus Rex. That probably makes it more fun for you. And as did apparently these people, editors, the staff of the Zoids development team, who's responsible for coming up with names. They're probably very familiar with German. Liger 0 Panzer, Liger 0 Jaeger, Liger 0 Schneider. I don't know what Jod means. I should probably find that out eventually. I still don't know what the story is about these guys that are attacking me, though. They almost look like they're not peacekeeping Baru. I'm guessing not. They're not colored as peacekeeping Drew. I guess they're probably bandits. Wow, that is a huge city. You look funny. Is that for a Halloween party? I guess I could see that. Yeah. When Zoids combine with each other, it's called fusion. But only certain Zoids can even do it. Well, that makes sense. Half of my family lives in Germany, but I don't know German. Hey, that would be amazing to have family who lives in Germany. As someone who's a bit of a theme park / amusement park / roller coaster aficionado, I know there are at least a half dozen different amusement parks spread throughout Germany. From what I can tell, Germans love their amusement parks. And I'm not saying they let you stay with you. Let them stay with you when you visit, but I mean, it's still amazing. I know who attacked those Zoids. I saw him, a middle-aged man with a beard. Alright, so interesting thing. English is actually a Germanic language. Italian and Spanish, on the other hand, come from the Latin branch. Latin and Germanic languages, two different branches, but they kind of merged over time. And that's why now a lot of words are the same. Or, should I say, both Germanic and the Latin languages, Spanish and Italian and France, just kind of got assimilated in English, or vice versa. I mean, or was the Germanic languages that got, I don't know, they just kind of combined. I think it was both. Well, it just shows you how languages evolve. Apparently, people speaking one language thought, hey, that word, we could use that. Let's put that into our language, and voila. And that's just kind of how English has evolved over time. That's the reason English has both Latin, the Romantic, words from the Romantic languages, and from Germanic. Shockwave. People keep getting mistaken for the Zoid attack criminal. The peacekeeping brew is getting desperate. People keep getting mistaken for the Zoid attack criminal. I think it's a typo. Zoid attack criminals. That's probably who he got attacked by. Well, that would seem to indicate that the peacekeeping bureau is probably understaffed and under-equipped. If you need anything, you best visit Mock Storm. Mock Storm? You could be right. A broken version of Latin. It could be. Although I could have sworn the Germanic tribes, I thought their lineage started completely different from Rome. In fact, I seem to recall in history class, was it the Huns? I mean, not the Huns. Wasn't even that empire that finally got defeated during World War I? The Ottoman Empire. Was it the Ottoman Empire or Germanic tribe? No, I think the Germanic tribes harassed Rome towards the end before the fall of the First Roman Empire, but it was the Ottoman Empire that sacked Rome. Man, wish I could remember my history. Of course, obviously, it wasn't until way later that the two languages became integrated. Again, I guess they kind of forcefully got integrated because that often will happen between the conquered and the conquerors. Jack of all trades around here. You'll know it when you see a big clock tower. Founder of Germany, started as a servant in the Roman Empire. Yeah, but it doesn't mean Germany were allies of the Roman Empire. Plus, there's also the whole thing of the First Roman Empire and the Holy Roman Empire. Those are two different states. Even though you can argue that one is a successor of the other. Yeah, I wish I remember my history better. Because it all really is interesting. You have to be sharp to be a Z fighter. And I can imagine a lot of that happening throughout Zoids history too. Hope Rustini is okay. Oh, this is where he got his butt kicked. Where technically the Zenebus Empire split off from the Helic Republic, and then they became rivals, and then they were at each other's throats. Actually, when you think about it, they were at each other's throats for almost... He led an empire against the Roman Empire. Wow, that's actually very similar to the story. That's actually pretty similar to the story of how the Zenebus Empire split off from the Helic Republic. The two sons of King Helic, one believes in democracy and using negotiation to deal with problems, and the other believed that force was the only way to go. And eventually, their fights turned from, verbal to the brother who believed in the use of force just leaving the Republic in exile, and then coming back to the Helic Republic with an army to lead against the Helic Republic. So, I actually wouldn't be surprised if that story was actually influenced by history. The Holy Roman Empire is actually controlled by early Germans. Yeah, so I guess what probably happened here was the Romans, whether they liked it or not, if you didn't learn early German, you, at the very least, you would not be in their good graces and possibly also be harassed because, of course, conquerors don't want to necessarily learn your language. They want you to learn theirs. They want easy for them. But I guess over time, the two languages just mixed together. It wouldn't surprise me if that's how early English developed. Well, then again, also English many miles away, so it could have started out from the Gaelic tribes. I don't know. I kind of remember history classes in snapshots. Oh, this is one of my favorite weapons, the accelerated cannon. That's actually interesting. Wonder how that developed. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if basically they were appointed somewhere along the way, or their earliest ancestors were appointed to rule over certain parts of the Holy Roman Empire. Of course, eventually this country split off from Rome, but that's besides the point. Ooh, a beam launcher. Hey, that actually looks a lot like the weapon on... Hold on, I'm going to go off on a bit of a tangent here. I'm going to look up the weapon on Cannon Diver, because that looks very familiar. No, not Cannon Driver. What, I need to spell it out for you? Okay, I guess I do. You're dumb. I would say it's inspired by it. There are definitely... Yeah, definitely inspired by it. It's not precise, but it's extremely similar. I just wish there were more. Yeah, it's not quite that, though. Basically, it's the sprite maker's interpretation of what the beam launcher on Cannon Diver looks like. Laser rifle. Oh, this one's very useful on large-scale Zoids. But it's expensive, and they also removed a couple of points. A couple of damage points, too. Let's see here. I guess I should probably go ahead and play around with some of these weapons to see whether or not they're worth adding. Hold on a second. What's this message saying? Oh, come on. Really? What is with my internet today? It says I should have enough. Okay, well... Actually, I might even change Zoids soon. But dagnabbit. Let's see here. I better make sure it's even still working. Okay, good, it's still working. So 35. So let's see if we can find something with a little bit more damage. 167. Anti-air Vulcan. It does have a better weapons output. Yeah, but actually I think what I'm going to do for now is keep the booster cannon for now and make myself a mental message to earn up some more money and buy a second one. In fact, I might actually be able to do that now. I might have just enough. Oh wait, I just spent a bunch of money. Nope, I will not. That's pretty cool that they made more powerful versions of the beam Gatling. That's going to come in handy too. I mean, I guess I could do some grinding too, but I'm not going to do that to you guys. You're not really here to watch me grind. I can do that in my own time. That's another reason I need supplier. That said, I'm going to avoid the avoid meeting Mock Storm just for now. Same, but I also like trying out different weapons too. Plus, flying types are annoying as fuck. The one attacking the Zoids around here seems to be piloting a Gogulus. A Gogulus? Could it be? No. There's no way. What's wrong, Jack? Oh, it's nothing. Nothing at all, he says. Or it could be referencing the Gogulus Giga. You look funny. Oh. Oh yeah, that's right. The Japanese are big into celebratory holidays. Zoids are being attacked indiscriminately around here. Looks like someone took off fast around here. Those are some major skid marks. And there's no need to talk to Mind's Eye. I should actually check to see what that does. Evasion has doubled this turn. Okay, that's actually not bad. Bad ability. Actually, let me just check over here among the crates. Okay, nothing there. Actually, I need to get some water. I'm thirsty. Actually, on second thought, I'm going to go ahead and switch Zoids. Who else can I train? Curtis? Have I trained a Cannon Tortoise yet? Pretty much. What about a Curtis? So they can only carry some lightweight weaponry, or defenses in this case. Oh, it's all support. Okay, that makes sense. So I guess I'll carry some plating, and I'll also give some anti Laser. I have any anti-laser left? Yeah, it looks like I have 2 of them. That should do it. I'll still do a couple of battles in this way, though. Still can come in handy. We'll see. I might end up having to add a shock cannon and remove some of the armor. Makes sense. Welcome to the hunting center. You can manage your bounties with our terminals. Oh, that's pretty cool. Hunt red horns. So you don't even need to register. Well, that's nice. It seems like the powerful Zoids are being targeted first. I hope they don't attack my poor Mulga. I don't think you have to worry about that, dude. I think your Mulga's last on the list. Zoids are metallic life forms. That's what my grandpa told me. Well, yeah. That's true. So I guess this road would lead to the bigger sections of the city, but of course you're not going to make sprites for that. I mean, for a game with a low budget, this isn't bad. This isn't a bad way to render a city, but it's not like in a major game like a Pokemon game. So this is Mock Storm. They probably know something about the Zoid attacks happening recently. Let's head in and ask. We still don't know if the attacks are being carried out by the Emperor's army or not. Well, this is our only lead. I think it's worth checking out as well. Feels as if we're clutching at straws. The Emperor is fighting to acquire powerful Zoids, so these attacks must be his doing. The simplest thoughts are usually the most correct. You might be right. Hey, who are you calling simple? At any rate, let's check it out, Prince. We're sure to learn something new. Right. I understand. Let's go. Can I help you? We want to know about the recent Zoid attacks. Don't try to hide anything from us. Earth? Don't speak to him like that. Who are you people? To tell you the truth, we believe that the people we are pursuing could be responsible for the recent Zoid attacks. If you know anything, please tell us. I see. If you know something, spit it out. Cool your jets, Earth. Would you happen to know anything? I still don't have any concrete information. But we've been receiving a lot of requests relating to these incidents. Is that so? Looks like we've come up empty. Oh well, let's keep looking elsewhere. Wait! Is this really all that serious of a matter? Since Zoid attacks aren't particularly rare, if our assumptions are correct, then a particular army is involved. An army? That's bad news. Where in the world is this army from? They're a mystery. A mystery. It's quite possible that this city and all the Zoids in the area are a target. If that were true, it would be best to solve this mystery before it gets even further out of hand. Alright then. We, Mockstorm, will lend you our strength. Thank you very much. This will make things much easier. It seems our members have just arrived home. Let me introduce you to them. So with that, the Moga is only really good with cannon modification, and even that is questionable. Well, the thing with the Moga is they're not meant to be used in small numbers. Their main strength is that they are easily mass-producible, and really that's their only benefit. And apparently they're easy to modify. I mean, at this point, canonically, going by the Kotobukiya information that we have, the main cannons can be replaced with grenade launchers. The carriage, leg section, the abdomen can be replaced with a variety of different equipment, different types of missile launchers, apparently. Anime had introduced the idea that the back section can be replaced with a double-barreled beam gun, a less powerful version of the one found on the Saber Tiger. I mean, even the tail equipment can be replaced with a pair of machine guns, if Kotobukiya is anything to go by. So, they're basically the Zoids equivalent of infantry. They're cannon fodder. They're meant to be deployed in such massive numbers that they pretty much overwhelm the enemy. And not only that, but they're meant to be deployed with more powerful Zoids either at the front or at the rear. In the case of normal Moga, it's going to be used in order to overwhelm the enemy before the heavier Zoids like the Red Horns and the Iron Kongs finish them off. In the case of the Cannon Rees, they're just going to be behind lobbing shells at the enemy, soften them up. Before, again, the more powerful Zoids just mop them up. Of course, once you introduce Zoids like the Death Sword, the Moga kind of becomes unnecessary. Also, for some reason, I don't know what is with my internet today. I'm going to end up having to ask my dad how much he and Mom are watching TV and how much of... Well, I don't hear the TV, so I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if maybe something else is interfering with the signal, or maybe something's wrong with the satellite that's delivering the signal. Who knows? Anyway, at the very least, it does look like... It looks like for now the video's still going, so I guess there's that. Anyways, moving on. We, Mockstorm, will dedicate our efforts to preventing the recent Zoid attacks. Fantastic, wouldn't you say, Helmet? Roger that. I can come too, right? No way, Matt. You have to stay here. But I can help in my Leo Blaze. I mean, that's actually not a bad idea, assuming that he's not a terrible pilot. RD, Sigma, I'm counting on you two as well. Roger that. Leave it to us. Have these kids even got what it takes? Earth? Hey, don't underestimate us. I'll show you just how strong Liger Zero and I are. We don't know where you guys come from. Can we even trust you? That's right. You make really good points, Sigma. I'm sure you guys have your fair share of incompetent little kids. Oh, burn! Seems like he struck a nerve. Say, how about you two leave it there and get yourselves ready? Alright, let's do a good job out there, everyone. Nice. Okay, so this is from the second half of the series. Where should we look first, Helmet? The criminals should still be hiding around here somewhere. We should go search. We should thoroughly search anywhere that seems suspicious. Then let's get moving. I'll kick those criminal butts. You guys, don't just stand around. Come along. Alright, let's get moving. Let's get moving as well, Prince. True, but that once you get supplier, it doesn't get so bad. Just Athel is fine, Jack. Ah, right. Let's get moving then, Jack. I mean, Athel. You should take this with you. It will come in handy for locating enemies and items. Nice. You should be able to see enemies and items from even further away than before. Also, if you touch the red circles that appear on the touchscreen, you will be able to see extra information about the enemy. It still isn't a lot of information, but okay, let's go. Hey Athel, do you know about fusion? Fusion, Gatai. Yeah, some Zoids are able to fuse with other Zoids. They come together and make an even more powerful Zoid. They come together? Could that be what happened with my Suro Knight and Bruji's Marissa Liker? There are lots of different Zoids capable of fusion, so try different team combinations to see what works. Don't listen to RD. Shouldn't you be hurrying? Snippy. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and rearrange our team. I'm still gonna end up training at least one of my Zoids, though. Too bad I couldn't keep bringing Matt along. Actually, no, he would be terrible as far as training goes. I will do a little bit of grinding / training since I do have new Zoids to play around with. Well, now I'm not actually sure who I should put on my team. I also need to look at the abilities of my pilots too. Okay, so it's not like if I put Jack in the back, it will affect him in a bad way. And I think there's actually two different kinds of... Okay, so that's the long-range combat version of Leo Striker in this game. I could change Zoids, maybe. Okay, maybe not. No surprise, it's not till later in the game. I'm just curious to see. I should probably also pay attention to their abilities too. Wow, so a Sigma's not a good pilot. Or at least, yeah, no special effects from him. Okay, so putting him in the rear is not a good idea, but they're actually not bad. I just gotta play to their strengths. This isn't like in the early part of the game. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put Sigma in the back. Because as far as I know, Neo Striker is actually pretty good at long-range combat. At least based on the weapons that he appears to have. Makes sense. I'm pretty sure that even in the battle story, that's not uncommon. I do feel kind of bad for not using helmet, though. But what can you do? I just don't have enough space. I have more Zoids than I know what to do with at this point. I can always replace it later with something else. But for now, that should suffice. Just a little extra something. Multi-cannon. Well, it seems to indicate that's actually some sort of projectile weapon. I thought it was a beam gun. We have a missile launcher, strike laser claw, and Zenbreaker. Well, I'm surprised they didn't use the. Well, okay, never mind. No, I'm surprised they don't make the multi-cannon a weapon that can be removed and make the shock. I think this is a triple shock cannon, one of the main weapons. But I guess they're also kind of held back because they can only do so much. Well, for now, since I don't have access to every different type of weapon, I'm just going to go ahead and give them the equipment that I know I can replace for now. And I can always replace it with superior equipment over time. The thing is that there's so many characters that I'm not too worried about it, one way or another. Whoa, where the heck did he come from? Hey, we got blocks. We got blocks. Well, that's interesting how we have a Z fighter. Huh. Green Rev Raptors. I mean, the fact that we're seeing Diplo guns, which we know is a use in Nebuzoid, used alongside Redhorn and Rev Raptor, makes me think that maybe the News and Nebus also used them too. Which makes sense. Well, we know that the pros and loyalists use Rev Raptors in the anime, so that makes sense. I don't know, part of me thinks that I should not battle these guys. Well, so much for giving me. Okay, so we have Wild Zoids here. I could definitely see Unenlegias being used together in wolf packs. Also, I just love the fact that for this game, they decide that they're going to use different colors for each stage of the game or each part of the timeline. Which I guess is meant to convey to you that these are privately owned Zoids rather than being owned by an army. It does make me wonder how the heck they screwed up, though, by letting a bunch of these wild Zoids loose. I mean, especially Zoids blocks, which are completely artificial. That's pretty messed up, dude. Especially because now they become kind of a nuisance, apparently. Well, that's not going to do very much. Well, that did almost nothing. I'm probably going to have to replace it with a weapon instead. I mean, their strike laser claw's probably unnecessary. But I need to get rid of at least some of these guys before they get rid of me. I'm just curious to see what it does. So that indicates that, wait, I thought that Leo Striker had beam guns. Well, that's not going to help me any. I want the actual information. Let's see here. Multiple cannon. So it actually doesn't tell us what it is. So my impression, I guess, could be wrong. It looks like they're a pair of shotguns. Okay, well, now I know. And bye-bye. I'm gonna see if there's any junk parts I can get from these guys. I should probably technically be in a hurry to get information on these guys, and they will come in handy, but I still need money to build them first, which is not something I have. One more Strike Laser Claw. Should take out one of these. Artie's definitely earning his keep right off the bat. Not bad. But no weapons. $143. I guess I'd minus... I'm actually not that interested in battling them, to be honest. I kind of wish that they built the map further, though. I noticed that the maps in this game are inferior to that of Zoids Saga 2. I mean, it's not really anywhere as much of an open world as Zoids Saga 2 was. Oh, I just remembered I wanted to make upgrades, or make some changes to Sycurtus to try to turn him into a more effective weapon, because his weapons aren't doing anything. I get the feeling I need to make some upgrades, but I'm afraid to do so, because I know if I do so, it means he's not going to be able to make many attacks. No, I'm tempted to say Conic Wolf, but he's so overrated. Same thing goes for Berserk Fuhrer, because let's face it, he has both great offense and defense. But I also like to give the underappreciated Zoids some love. And if there's one Zoid that I think that should have that love, it's probably Gunbluster. He's such a bizarre Zoid. But he's like also the only Zoid I can think of that doesn't need any modification. Partially because he's just so perfect, and partially because how could you not know I'm going to have to use Gunbluster in this game. Gunbluster is such a great Zoid. I mean, I'm not surprised. He never appeared in any anime. I think at least some fans think that Lino should have had a Gunbluster. Except the Blitz team was always perennially out of money. Plus, he wasn't released at the time. I mean, specifically the Mark II. Without any weaponry, without any long-range weaponry, forget it. I mean, even if we can accept the fact that apparently Conic Wolf was built as a close combat Zoid, it doesn't really matter how powerful you are if you get shot before you can reach your target. Also, I just realized I made a mistake. Wow, these guys have some pretty heavy armor. I mean, who doesn't like Iron Kong? Iron Kong's a great Zoid. Really? You ran out of... fuck. Elephant is another great Zoid. I think I'm gonna like it more when it gets redesigned and has hopefully more joints that move around. Because from what I can tell, right now it's just a chunky Zoid with a lot of static parts. On the other hand, I do appreciate the fact that it comes with like a lot of different parts. And it'll be very fun seeing that redesigned. Unfortunately, Gun Bluster is not. It was never in any anime. It was only featured in the battle story. It's claimed the fame as being one of the few Zoids to just blow the Berserk Fever into chunks. Oh crap. Because it could actually penetrate their shield. I have no idea what that is. So you have Diplo guns, and I don't know what that is. Why am I not able to move? Oh, okay. So it kind of paused it for me. Got it. Well, this is interesting. I have no idea what the heck is going on here, but we have 3 red Nightwaces and 3 normal Diplo guns. First, I think that it's just because flying types just gathered together. But it also wouldn't surprise me if what happened is a couple of Zoids got captured from the Helic Republic. And the Zenebus Empire decides, well, let's just put them to use. Let's just repaint them in our colors. Let's fuck around with the Republic's brains. Personally, I think Nightwise looks pretty good in red. I still think it's underarmed, though. And I just realized I forgot again to... I went to change out the weapons for Psycurtus. Which was kind of dumb of me. I don't know why I keep forgetting to do that. Am I really that half asleep? I guess anything's possible. Well, that was the maximum damage I can cause too. Yeah, I'm not causing enough damage, though. Damn, he dodged it. I guess I should probably start taking things out and stop playing around. Oof. Well, the good news is it looks like they changed the railgun for Diplo guns. And that you can only hit one target at a time. Alright, time to start clearing the field. Wow, I actually survived that. Holy cow. Great, just what we need, a trooper. Actually, I should start putting these guys out of their misery. Or my misery, I suppose. I mean, of course they're going to be playable. It's just not going to be till later in the game, if I remember correctly. Wow, that multi-cannon takes a lot of... Okay, so that's his most powerful weapon. Okay, I guess that makes sense. That should take care of all but one of them. If they would stay still long enough for me to kill them. $55, 68. No, I'm going to try to go for the kill. Wow. Yeah, pretty much. I think generally the rule of thumb is that the bigger a Zoid is, the more powerful the Zoid core probably is going to be. So that's also another rule of thumb. Of course, it also means that the more expensive they are to build. So hence the more rare they're going to be. I forgot whether or not there was... Oh, I just remembered something. Alright, so let's see if we can change Psyker's weaponry around into something that's more usable. Oh, it's all support. Oh, that's pretty useless. I'm probably going to end up regretting this, but I do unfortunately need to. I'm going to have to upgrade Psyker's weaponry. There we go. Actually, it's 10:30. I'm going to probably stop here. I might still check out that hangar. And then I'll stop. But I think I'm going to go ahead and just upgrade only one of them for now. So what's the more powerful weapon? So we have 40 versus 40. What takes the least amount? 5 and 7. So we'll just do that for now. Keep testing it out until I can start beginning to pierce armor. Or until I finally run out of energy to be able to power the weapon. Whichever comes first. That's weird because I remember being able to actually equip weapons to Psychurus in the past game. Oh, we got some classics here. And those are Command Wolf. Silver Command Wolves by the looks of it. And we also have some gun snipers, which appear to be violet colored. Oh, I know. I got to fight with one. With Van. Definitely requires more patience than what Van would usually have to use effectively, though. Okay, well, that's out. Ha, strategy. If Van could even strategize. At least at the time. Actually, in this game, he's not bad. But man, early in the series, he was terrible. Terrible pilot. Okay, let's see you try getting away from this one. I mean, even without the upgrades into even without the upgrades into Blade Liger, Shield Liger is still a very powerful Zoid. I mean, it really is a jack of all trades. Man, I can't believe they dodged every single attack. You little shit. I hate when it happens. I mean, at this point, they're just trying to chip away. Not to mention, it just slows down the battle. That's not to say it's not a bad strategy, though. Ha! Serves you right. Actually, I need to be able to see how much damage gets caused. Oof, I almost lost Leader Striker there. Alright, she's not going to be able to hit that one worth a damn. True. And still arguably one of the best mid-tier Zoids in the game. You're also going to get long before Liger 0. If I'm remembering canon, the reason why they were discontinued... Uh-oh. The reason why they were discontinued was because they were difficult to maintain. Oh, I need to get a shock cannon for this guy. I'm running out of energy points too quickly with this guy. So that's probably going to be the last what I'm going to do, and that'll be the last thing I do for today. I'm also going to get rid of these stupid command wolves. But yeah, I need the double barrel cannon. I forgot where I can find that though. I think I can find the double barrel cannon in Ruji's era, if I remember correctly. In canon, not so much. The Liger Zero is actually an Imperial design that was stolen during the war. And over time, Liger Zero has kind of sort of become a replacement. I mean, the problem with the organoid system for the Blade Liger is, from what I've read, it's hinted that they are difficult to pilot. Well, it said they're difficult to pilot, and it seems to also indicate that, like Liger Zero, like Bits Liger Zero, that they are temperamental and will only let certain pilots pilot them. That's a problem, especially during a war. Whereas the Liger Zero in the Battle Story canon, they don't have organoid systems, and they are not fussy about their pilots. Okay, so let's see here. And I think that it's also mentioned in the Kotobukiya guide that Blade Ligers are difficult to maintain, or expensive to maintain. And for those reasons, I wouldn't say Blade Liger was phased out of duty so much as phased out of production. They just stopped making them. And I'm guessing they weren't going to start producing them again until... Oh, okay, that should work. And they didn't start producing them again and probably until Zoids started being produced for private battles. Pretty much. But you also have to understand that the Blade Liger did receive a number of upgrades or different modification types. There's the Snipe Liger and the Schliger. The Snipe Liger is kind of sort of like the Schliger DCS, except that they have projectile weapons. It's kind of a precursor to the Liger Zero Panzer. And the Slash Liger is kind of a more specialized close combat version of the Blade Liger. Lacks the pulse lasers, only range weaponry is a triple shock cannon, that sort of thing. I wonder if I can add... There we go. Yeah, I guess that's it for now. That's pretty good. True. So that kind of tells you that, I mean, don't forget the Shield Liger received a number of different upgrades too. So keep that in mind. The Blade Liger is definitely, the Shield Liger is definitely meant to, designed, or incidentally is easy to upgrade. And the Blade Liger kind of inherited that easy customization. It's a large frame too, so it can take a lot of weight. I forget whether or not I ended up... Did I use up the last of that heavy armor too? That might be something else I need to do. Yeah, the less of extra armor. Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna try to find some more of that heavy armor, and then I guess I'll go to bed. Now I just need to remember exactly where the extra armor is. Well, I know it's in Vanzera, and I doubt I'm going to be able to find it here. Because usually each shop has its own unique items. But it would save me some time. Yeah, kind of figured. Also, incidentally, they've made it canon that the Panzer armor is designed to be ejected from the Blade Liger, which makes sense. Blade Liger loses a lot of its agility when equipped with that heavy armor. So once you use up the rail cannon and the missile ammunition, you probably want to get rid of it anyways. Let's see if I can find that armor I just used up. Hopefully this will be fast. Hopefully it'll be one of the early villages and not on the other side of the bridge. With my luck, who knows? Yeah, it's not here. Normally I would try to battle the things, but at this point I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed. I'm just trying to look for a certain item armor. Please have it. Please have it. It's not here. It's probably on the other side, I imagine. Probably. Okay, I'm probably just going to stop here because these guys are turning into a pain in the ass. They don't want me to go. But at this point, I'm tired. Good news is now I have some more. I have some more teammates, so this should go faster. It means I can basically knock him out in one turn for the most part, which is not a bad thing. Or two. More like 2 turns. Ha, serves you right. Alright, at this point I'm falling asleep. That does kind of suck. I did want to figure out where that armor was. I mean, technically, I'll sleep better when I have it. Oh, man. Any other time I would be happy to see a red horn. Just not right now. I should have looked for other bounties too. And if I use Let's Strike Laser Claw, I can take these guys out pretty fast. Maybe what I'll do is I'll stay here in order to grind some more weapons. Might as well, since it takes a lot of work to get this to this area of the game. Anyways. Still sucks though. Huh. Managed to kill him in one turn. Oh, fuck. That's not what I wanted to do. Well, that's interesting. That's a lot of kitty cats. Good, because they have so many Zoids, they just let me go. I think your ability to retreat is based off of the total speed. Actually, if I probably could have used my shock cannon instead, now that I think about it. Nice. I'm going to try to save myself some energy. Actually, it's getting pretty late. I'm just going to go to bed. Getting through the cave is just going to take too long at this point. And I don't want to go to bed too late. Plus, I'm just tired. Wow, that caused like no damage. Psychris is pretty useless in this game. That's just sad. Psychris' only purpose in this game is to outspeed everything and not cause any damage. I think that's kind of the definition of like an enemy Zoid. Or fodder Zoid. Alright, no, I'm not bad. I want nothing to do with you guys. I'm done. Luckily, I just saved. Alright, you guys have a good night. I'll pick up again next week, not including grinding. I figured you guys don't want to watch me grind. But hey, feel free to contradict me. Anyways, good night.